Are you someone who feels overwhelmed when it comes to doing your tasks? Like, suppose you have like 10 tasks planned for today. You get to work and you're not sure which one to start with. Which one should you do first? Which one should you do second? How do you delegate your tasks so you get everything done today? Do you get these overwhelming feelings? If what I'm saying resonates with you, then you're at the right place. That is exactly what I'm going to discuss today. Mastering productivity, 10 effective tips to manage your tasks without feeling overwhelmed. Well, let's go. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Shruti, author and owner of guiltfreemind.com, your one-stop mental health and productivity destination. If you haven't checked out the blog already, go ahead. The link is right there in the description section. Check it out. If you like it, if you find it insightful, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that I can notify you every time a new blog post releases. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome. I am just so elated to see you all here. If you're a new subscriber, a very warm welcome, and I hope you stay and enjoy this video and subscribe so that you are notified about all the other ones as well. Okay, so today I'm going to be discussing something which is I absolutely love it. Productivity. Yep. But as a person who works, who has to actually put a mental stop on herself to not work, I'm a workaholic. I'm a workaholic who prioritizes work over everything else. It keeps me sane, to be honest. So for me, productivity is very crucial and not getting overwhelmed. Because if I get overwhelmed, I won't be able to do my task. And if I don't do my task, then it'll add to the stress. And if it adds to the stress, then you know what happens. All right. Without the melodrama, let's get into it. Point number one. First thing you need is a well-organized desk. Your desk. In that, if I had to have sub points, then in a clean and organized desk, the first point that I would add would be clutter-free. If you don't need it, it doesn't belong there. Food does not belong on your desk. Drinks, unless it's coffee or is something that'll keep you awake, does not belong in your desk. A bottle of water, a must-have. That's you should definitely have on your desk. Extra pens, paper, stationery that you don't know if you will need, remove them. Your surface of the desk, you've got drawers for those, put them in the drawers. Surface of your desk must be clean, clutter free, and absolutely organized. If you need sticky notes, have them in a box or put them in a way that it's easily accessible and doesn't mess up your setup. So if you have to have sticky notes, if you have to have pens, make sure all the pens that you have on the table are working. If you need work with only one or two pens, only have those one or two pens. You don't need a bunch, an entire bench to be on the table. It'll confuse you more as to which pen should I pick. Decision fatigue, remove it. If you work with highlighters, only have those highlighters that you plan to use today. Don't have your entire set of 20, 30, or 40 highlighters on the table, because again, when it's time to highlight, your focus will shift and you will be like, oh, which color should I go for? The blue looks nice. Oh, but that pastel green looks so beautiful. Should I highlight this with pastel green? You see my point? You see how much you're thinking, how much of extra thinking that you're doing? In a time when you should actually not be thinking about highlighters and instead be thinking about what you're studying, working on. So remove these decision fatigues. These may not seem like a lot, but they do take up a lot of time. Oh, these highlighters are so nice. I will give you an example, okay? I have seen this happening with people. They are studying or working, then they look at the highlighters, they look at the bunch of the highlighters, and then they're deciding which one they do want. Oh, I wish I had a pastel purple highlighter. Oh, before I forget, I should quickly order it, because otherwise I will forget it later and then I won't have that highlighter. So, go on, order it. You see how much time you actually wasted? Now, this happens in certain conditions, but in other conditions, people feel that, oh, I should highlight that place in my notebook or that section in my notebook. They move through their notebook highlighting other stuffs, which they did not have to do exactly at that moment. Point is, you shifted your focus from the primary work that you were doing into something else. So, give your brain the least chance of moving anywhere else but from your task. So your brain should be entirely focused on your task and shouldn't be floating around in your surroundings. That's the primary point. So When you have a clean workplace, it makes for a productive work session. You actually get tons done when you only have the things that you need on the workplace and nothing else. Point number 2, prioritize your tasks. I have talked about this in my previous videos as well. This is something I personally do as well. So in today's day, the tasks that are on high priority are shooting videos. And then I have to release a blog post from the Happy Peppers later in the day. So these two are my priority tasks. Make sure that your high priority tasks are not more than 3 in number. Now, some days it can be more, it may not be in your hands, so that's okay, that happens. Like, I usually shoot 4 videos when I sit down to shoot because I don't know what might happen in a week, whether I will get another chance or not. So I try to stay prepared for at least 2 weeks. So when I sit down to shoot, I shoot 4 videos. So today my priority is shooting 4 videos. Now technically they are all under one task, which is shoot videos, but the sub tasks would be 4 videos. So if you want to count all the tasks, it would be 4 videos, then publishing and promoting Happy Peppers blockers. So I actually have 6 high priority tasks today. But if you actually see, there are 2 high priority tasks because as per the main headings, there would be 2 tasks, but under them there are more. But you must be sure that you will be able to get all of them done. It shouldn't be that I postpone something for tomorrow, or if it's high priority, it needs to get done the first. So when you decide your task, put it under high priority, medium priority, and low priority. So first in the day, you go and tackle all of your high priority tasks. Get them done and out of your way. Once that is done, then you move on to your medium priority task, and then finally your low priority tasks. Low priority tasks are the ones which are like, okay, if you get it done, it's great. If you cannot get it done, you can move it to the other day. Medium priority tasks are the ones which is better if you get done today. But yeah, there's a bit of flexibility. Okay, maybe you can move one to the next day, like that. Point number 3, break your huge or large tasks into smaller manageable chunks. I always emphasize on this point. If you've got to read a 30-page book, or 30-page chapter, I mean, why bother reading all 30 pages at once? The problem with that, your brain will freeze up after a point of time. You will experience burnout. You will experience lack of motivation. You won't feel like working. It will increase the time you actually spend on doing the task. So, why go that way? Instead of doing 30 pages at once, why not put it in a 3-page set and put it for 10 times like that? So what I'm trying to say is that you take 3 pages, and suppose you sit down now, you only do 3 pages, not 30 pages. 3 pages, leave it. Go do other stuffs. If you have time in the evening, you do another 3 pages. Or if you've got like a lot of time, if you've got 12 days, then you do 3 pages each day till 10 days, then use the last 2 days for revision, or however you feel like it. Point is, you divide a huge task into smaller chunks, then it does not seem overwhelming. Like if I tell myself, okay, today I'm going to sit and read a book and I'm going to finish it top to bottom. So I usually do it. Last night I finished a 172 pages book in the span of 2 hours. But I'm talking about, that was a productivity book, a non-academic book, and also I knew most of the stuff that was there in the book, so that wasn't a big deal. Okay, now I decided to take an academic book and finish a 55-page chapter today. But I also have other tasks. So I'm like, okay, I will do it when I have a lot of time, because that will take a lot of time. So let me finish this task first. Let me finish that task first. Let me finish that task first. So I do this whole bunch of tasks, and by then it's 9 p.m. in the evening, and I have to go cook dinner. Oh, when do I start this? Okay, maybe I will start this tomorrow. Now you see that task, which if I had decided to do 3 pages, I would have done 3 pages by now. But because I decided to do all 55 pages together, I haven't even started on the task. So when you divide it into smaller parts, it becomes much easier to tackle all of them and actually get things done. Point number 4, time block your day. This should be done. You can either do it weekly or you can do it daily. But by daily, I do not mean that you wake up today and then you're time blocking your day. That doesn't work. If you want to time block today, it has to be done yesterday. If you want to time block for the week, in case your week starts on Monday, then you time block Sunday. Like you sit on Sunday evening and you time block for the whole week from Monday to next Sunday. Now, if you are doing time blocking for day, then you have to do it the previous night. So from the morning, your brain is ready. Okay, I put up my calendar and I'm supposed to do this right now. Then I'm supposed to do this right now. I'm supposed to do that right now. It reduces mental fatigue. It reduces your decision fatigue, and you know exactly what you're supposed to encounter when. If you're exceeding the time, suppose you've given yourself 1 hour for a task. Also, yeah, if you've given yourself 1 hour for a task, your task is going over 1 hour and you know you will need 15 more minutes. Doesn't mean that you finish up the whole task right then and there. Now, another crucial point that goes hand in hand with this is that when you are doing time blocking, give yourself a buffer time, a time to transition between tasks. So, suppose you've got like 3 tasks for the day. So, one task is from 12 to 2, other task is from 2 to 4, and the third task is from 2 to 6. Now, you see, there is no buffer time between the tasks. At 2, one ends, the other one starts. There's no break. You're not getting any break. You're not giving your mind the time to refresh. You're not even giving yourself time to get up and go to the washroom. That is wrong. How I want you to time block your day is 12 to 2, one task. Then maybe 2:15 to 4:15, another task. And then 4:30 to 6:30, another task. Now, the benefit of this is that if you do not first, it gives your mind the time to transition from one task to the other. Okay, now this task is done. I close the book, I put it in, I go for a little bit of a walk around the house, and I come back feeling fresh. Reduces burnout. Then, if that task that I was doing needs 5 or 10 more minutes, like a really small part is left, I can use that 15 minutes buffer time to actually complete the task. You're getting my point? And then suppose you were not able to finish the task in those extra 15 minutes. Okay, so you took that 15 minutes, but so you took time from 2 to 4 and you went up till 4:15, but the task is not over. So then in the next slot, when you have that next 15 minutes break time slot coming up, you can again go back to the previous task and finish it. So you are giving yourself chance to finish the task and actually get things done this way. Point number 5, set realistic deadlines. Make sure that your deadlines are real and you will be able to achieve your tasks within that time frame. Because a lot of the times what people do is that they think that they will, like finish the task in 3 days, but they don't. Suppose the project is to be submitted in 5 days, and now you have given yourself 3 days. Something happens, family emergency, your kids are sick, or your dog didn't let you work, or something. You have those extra 2 days to cover. But if you take all the 5 days and your deadline is the day when you're supposed to submit the project and something happens in the middle and it screws up your entire schedule, now you don't have any spare time to finish it. So always set a deadline that is before your actual deadline and should be realistic enough that you will be able to get your things done. It shouldn't be that, okay, I have to submit this 10 days later. I'll finish this by tomorrow itself. Why bother 10 days? Tomorrow itself. And it's a huge project. You're more likely to commit mistakes that way. So, realistic deadlines. Tip number 6, learn to delegate. If the task is important but it's not urgent and someone else can do it, give it to them. It's one crucial part of being in a team is learning when you can delegate tasks. It will also require effective communication so that the other person knows exactly what they're supposed to do. But if it's an important task, but it's not urgent and does not require your full focus and someone else can do it, delegate it. Free your time up to do other more productive stuffs. So pass the ball to your teammate in the game, but make sure the teammate knows what the teammate is supposed to do with the ball. Exactly. Point number 7, learn to say no. Things can get overwhelming at times. You may have a lot on your plate and you may already be overwhelmed, and taking on more tasks that will make you more overwhelmed or make you feel really sick to your stomach and worried as to how will I get all of this done is not worth it. Your mental health is a priority that you cannot ignore. So if you already have your plate full, tell your boss that I already have enough work. I don't know if I can do that, or if you can help me delegate some of my work, or push them around a little bit so I can finish this one first. Ask for help, ask for support, and learn to speak up when things get difficult for you, because that is the only way your boss will know. Your boss may not even be aware of, may have forgotten what task they assigned to you 2 days back, and the deadline's coming up, because they also have a lot on their minds. They may have delegated it and they've forgotten about it. And so if you remind them and if you tell them that, okay, see, I am working on all of these things, and if this one also comes, then it kind of throws my schedule off a little bit. So either you help me, like, figure out how do I manage all of this, or maybe if possible you can give it to someone else who can actually put the time and energy into that. I am already at a time crunch. Point number 8: breaks, breaks, breaks. Self-care, self-care, self-care. I cannot emphasize on the importance of these two things. As I mentioned, breaks avoid burnout, breaks prevent burnout. You take a break, your brain will thank you and will function better. And which is better, having a brain that is not ready to function at all, or having a brain that is actually thanking you, being grateful to you, and functioning well? Also, self-care. Have a morning routine, have a night routine, sleep at the same time every day, wake up at the same time every day, even if it's a holiday. You don't have to sleep in. Make it a habit. There should be a morning ritual that you follow, a night ritual, so that your brain transitions from the work and personal life to sleep mode and gets ready to consolidate all the information that you collected throughout the day into the different packets inside your brain. So these are things actually that gets ignored. Self-care is the first thing that gets ignored when it comes to being busy and having a busy life. People think that, who has the time? You have to make the time. It's just that simple. It's a non-negotiable part of living. If you want is to be sane, if you want yourself to be sane, if you want to avoid burnout, and if you want to thrive in your workplace, self-care is crucial. You need to put yourself first for that. Point number 9: reflect and adjust. Maybe the schedules you worked out for you are not working that well. So every week, at the end of the week, stop and look back. What all worked for me? What all did not work for me? What can I do to make things better and more efficient in the next week? You are the master of your own productivity. No one else can make you more productive than you yourself, because you know yourself better. You know the best way to work around things so that you can get the maximum yield. So work on that. Point number 10: celebrate your achievements. Now, I'm not saying that, okay, if you got through your to-do list and you got everything done, you go out to a 5-star restaurant for dinner. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like a big celebration with your friends or family. I'm saying reward yourself. Okay, you got through a full day of to-do list and you got everything done in there and you're feeling happy about yourself. Give yourself a tiny piece of chocolate, or cook your favorite dinner, or watch a Netflix show that you really like. It can be anything, it can be an inexpensive thing. Or you can allow yourself to read that novel you were thinking of starting on, but you just didn't have the time. So, and tomorrow again you will read that novel if you can get everything done and have some spare time in the evening. So these things, will motivate you to finish your work faster, be more productive, be more efficient, because you have a reward in mind. So when there's a reward involved, our brains are like supercharged. Okay, 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 let's get this done so that we get the reward. It's so amazing and everything. So that is how you hype yourself up. You trick your brain into working hard, but at the same time, it gets a reward at the end of the day. So everyone's happy. With that, I have covered all 10 points of how to be more productive and how to avoid overwhelm when managing multiple tasks. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, ring that notification bell, set it to all. I will see you in my next video. And really, thank you so much for tuning in. Till then, bye. Take care.